Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today is September 20th, and we're trading higher than where we left the markets last night again. Markets reacting to any news that comes out of Greece, whether it be good or whether it be bad. The markets continue to rattle higher here after some news of an upgrade after a downgrade, and here we are higher than where we left the markets. Wanted to look at the market side by side here this morning. You have the NASDAQ here, which again we've clearly broken out of our stage 3 and gone to stage 4, where we're rebalancing the inefficiencies of this vertical drop. Note where we're coming into. We're coming into a prior area of balance here, which is going to act as supply up here when we start working our ways up into this area. These areas that were once an acceptance of value will act as a supply area when we reach back up into these levels. All right, you can see the NASDAQ higher highs, higher lows, and trending still higher into this area. The midpoint, if you will, or the high volume area is around 2362 for that whole supply area on the top side. So we're at 23. What was our high this morning already? 2330s. Another 30 points, and we're going to be reaching into an area that will be a high volume node that will be considered, a responsive short opportunity. Now let's take a look at the S&P. Now visualize what you've got here. You've got a NASDAQ that has a lot more relative strength. Now here's the ES. Clearly it looks a lot different, doesn't it? All right. Here's your overhead supply. Same area as the NASDAQ, but here it is on the ES. All right, that 1300 level. Look at how far we're out of sync with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ just has a lot of a lot more relative strength, I should say, than the S&P, and that's why we were saying yesterday, if you're going to buy something yesterday, buy the NASDAQ. Every pullback in the NASDAQ is buyable because of the strength that we're seeing in that, and just the continuation of that into these prior areas of supply. So one question would be, is the S&P going to catch up? Now, you can see that we too in this market we've put in some higher lows. There's been some higher lows along the way here from when we made those lows, and it has a wedge formation forming here where we could do something like this. This morning, where are we trading at? We're trading at 1205. All right, well, you can see we went back and tested this. We actually have a minor, I would call this a minor stage 3 within this larger time frame stage 3, because we could take this. You have a P formation here, vertical development, stopping price development, this 80 area to 90s, again, looking at that as being the value area low of the rotation to take and send this thing up and out of this balance area. All right, in order for this S&P is going to catch up with the rest of the market, well, at least with the NASDAQ at this moment. Okay, so stage 3, and again, if we get the inefficiencies and go to stage 4, then we're looking at something similar to what the the NASDAQ has just completed here. Now you've got a little bit of a breakdown area here at 1255s, but then we go back into that 1300 area on the ES market. All right, do we get there all today? Probably not, but that's where we're going to be working for. And again, especially if we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days of balance here, we're looking at some sort of a break. This will give way either to the upside or to what? The downside, right? From a stage 3, we could go back easily to a stage 4 here in this interim balance area, or we go to the upside and break out of it. Now, based on where we've traveled in the overnight session, we went back almost and tested the lows from yesterday, which is very bullish for this market. So I would not be looking to sell this market. I'm a buyer on pullbacks in this market because there's no reason to, obviously take a short, at least not yet, unless we had something intraday that would tell us to go ahead and short. Or if we could short the rotation back down to the unfair low territory here at the 1190 area, then we could go ahead and do that also. So keep that in mind and watch how this forms over the next couple of days. Like I said, if we can break out of this balance, 4-day balance, up we go. We'll get extension. What do we had? 1127s. Talking about a 75-point move or so. That would put us, very close to that 1300 level for a measured move concept back through this. Because remember, there's an imbalance state here. There's not much here. We did have one pause day here back in on the 4th. Which again we can trade right straight through that. All right, So we're buying pullbacks. That's the game plan until otherwise told differently here. Again, bad news seems to be good news over the last few weeks here. We do have a housing number coming out this morning. That could give us the pullback that we're looking for this morning to get on the long side of the house. And then be able to, play it for a trend day breakout. I'm taking advantage of any pullback this morning as a buying opportunity. All right. Okay, folks, that's it for the day. Again, stay focused on, especially the NASDAQ, buy pullbacks in that. That's very strong. Every opportunity they give you, look at it as a pullback. Don't look at it as the market's caving in on you, because the two markets side by side, NASDAQ has a lot more relative strength than the S&P does. All right. Okay, folks, see you in the room. Have a good trading day.